guys, today I'm going to be showing you the secret to hitting Breezis and Mustys and, the classy flick, the Jaser flick, whatever you want to call it. I'll also, try and do a tutorial for those flicks, but this video is mainly going to be about, the thing that I think all the other tutorials on the internet are missing. Because, I've seen a lot of them, and I've spent hours working on these flicks, and, with very limited success, and it was doing this one thing, by accident, that made me way more consistent at them, instantly, basically. So, yeah. As you might know, the positioning of the ball on the car is very important, and lots of people will say that you want the ball quite far forwards on your car. The way Musty, I think, put it in his original Musty flick tutorial, is you want the ball to be rolling off the front of your car. The easiest way to do that without losing control of the ball is to be dribbling the ball as normal, and then to let go of throttle and just use boost. So what you might want to do to get good at this is practice dribbling just with boost and without touching throttle at all. Like right now, I'm not touching the throttle button, I am just touching the boost button. And you don't need to do it for very long when setting up the flick. You don't want to take too long setting it up, otherwise it's not viable. But if you have the ball right on top of your car and you're dribbling, you can practice just catching it with your boost, and there you can see it sits nicely on the front of your car for a little bit before it falls off. And that's where you then want to do the flick. That's pretty much it for the secret. I'll quickly go over how to hit the flicks themselves if you're new to this. I'll also link some tutorials in the description because this topic has been covered. For the Musty, the cool way I do it, the way Flakes does it, etc. You want to hold back on your analog stick, and then jump, and that does a sort of manual backflip. And then when you're just over 180 degrees flipped, like this, you want to dodge while holding down still on your stick. Sort of dodge, and that will do a Musty flick, a backflip but in a forwards direction, and that generates loads of power if the ball is in the right place on the car. That's also the component of the Breezy flick that generates the power, is the Musty at the end, so you want to get quite good at that. And you won't get it first time. A tip for those would definitely be to practice it with a flat car like the Dominus or the Skyline. Obviously it works really well with the Octane, but it can be way harder to learn. So yeah, definitely try doing that with a flat car first. Right, for the Breezy flick, you want to be able to tornado spin. Now that's where you'll need a dedicated air roll button. I have air roll left bound to my right bumper on my PS4 controller. Any dedicated button will do. And what you want to do, so I'm air rolling left. Everything, if you've got air roll right bound, you'll want to reverse everything I'm saying. So to do a tornado spin, you want to jump, obviously, and then just start by air rolling, so air roll left, for example, with my air roll left button. And then while I'm air rolling left, I'm air steering right with my analog stick. I'm just pointing it to the right, and that does this weird tornado spin thing. That's how you start by setting up the Breezy. So you're dribbling along and you start doing a tornado spin. You jump while holding your tornado spin combo, and then when you're halfway through your first spin, you're going to want to let go of your air roll button. So for me, that's my right bumper, I just let it go. But you continue holding your air steer button. So I'm holding my analog stick to the right, but when I'm halfway through, I let go of the air roll button. That's going to leave me spinning like a pancake upside down. And when I get halfway around the circle, I can then do a Musty flick. And, you need to, I would thoroughly recommend practicing that without a, I'd recommend practicing that without the ball, because it's much harder to do with the ball than without. And so if you just practice getting the mechanic down without the ball, then when you have an opportunity to do it with the ball, you'll feel much more confident. And lastly, just to help with any other things, if you still can't get it set up, you know, the setup is different for everyone. It depends on your settings. It depends on your dead zones, your controller, maybe you're on keyboard. You know, you might be struggling to get it set up. So what you want to try doing, here are a few things you can do to help if you're not getting it down. The first thing you can try doing is holding jump for longer when you're going for your flick. It would seem quite useful. Certainly when I go for the backflip musty flick, I find myself holding jump longer. If you didn't know, holding jump makes you jump higher than if you just tap it. And that's sort of what's being used here. So just vary how long you hold jump for, maybe that helps. Another thing is, specifically in the Breezy flick, is at what point in your tornado spin you let go of the air roll button. You can let go super early, that's what a Bample does, or you can let go super late. You know, and that's just a lot of trial and error and free play or workshop maps. The dribble challenges are really good for this. That's just trial and error. So yeah, that's pretty much it.